Okay, good day, people. This is Monda, a trader from the third world. Actually, this is my first YouTube video, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but let's hope it goes well. I'm actually recording this from South Africa, and today I want to talk about the Funding Talent, a prop firm from Canada called Funding Talent. Actually, I'm not doing a review for Funding Talent. I'm actually here to talk about my experience because one thing I've noticed is there's quite some few reviews on YouTube and online. Overall, they're a very good company, and I think a lot of YouTubers have done quite a very good job in reviewing them. But actually, I think we need experience from someone who's actually bought into their product, someone who's actually paid the subscription, and who can fully tell us today what what the experience is, because it doesn't do justice just to review the company on their website, but we actually need an experience from every trader. I think from every trader who's actually tried them out. My first point is about Funding Talent not being popular in South Africa. By that I mean any other prop firm. I'm not actually referring straight to Funding Talent, but there's a lot of South African traders are not actually opting into this prop firm trading type of idea. I don't know why, and I stand for correction. Maybe there's a lot of other South African traders who are trying this out, and I'd actually like to see a lot of them coming out and trying all of these other prop firms and actually telling us the experience. But today, we are just here to discuss about Funding Talent. Overall, they're a very good company. I really did enjoy working with them, but there's just a few pointers that I think we need to put across to everyone so that they can be aware before they sign up, or they can alter or mend their strategy before they can actually start trading. Number one, we're going to talk about the price point. For me, they came across as one of the cheapest prop firm to sign up with. I took the 25K account for $155. It was the cheapest among the other well-known prop firms, which when I take the $155 and convert it to rands, it's about 2,600. I know for some traders they may come up and say, no, this is someone's salary in South Africa, but it's actually the cheapest. You can actually subscribe to them for that fee. And another thing I liked about them is their payment process. Their payment process is very quick and straight to the point. There's no business in doing in paying these funny gateways that you find with other brokers or prop firms, if I may put it that way. It's just straight to the point. You run your card on their website and it takes you straight there. No funny business, no subscribing to what and whatever. You just put up your card details and the purchase is approved. And another nice thing is they actually send you an invoice after paying to as proof that you've paid them, as proof of purchase for the subscription. So that's actually a good thing. And their support, actually, as soon as you pay, the support is very quick. There's swift responses and they're always friendly. And they actually respond to you quickly. They've actually got this messenger thing on their website that you can just leave your message there and then get your answer back onto your email address. I kind of like that. It's actually a good thing. Let's now get to my experience with trading with them. Obviously, if you've gone through the reviews, you know that you actually need, upon signing up with them, you need to choose a broker. So I chose Exness as my broker. Why? Because of their raw spread. I I didn't like the idea of choosing a broker that had a fluctuating spread. I just wanted one that gave me a raw spread and allowed me to trade in a good way, because my strategy is actually scalping. So I thought maybe um, I'd be good with them. But apart from that, there's no any other reason why I chose them as my broker. The logging in details were sent to me within 24 hours, which was very quick. And the day it was on a Friday, so I couldn't trade because I just got the details later that day. So I opted to trade the following Monday, which, yeah, it was actually a good day. Now, overall experience. One thing to look out for, especially when you sign up with Funding Talent, is risk management. Make sure your risk management is proper. Otherwise, you risk violating one of their rules, which is the maximum daily drawdown. So if you've got a huge appetite for risk, rather do the aggressive part of their subscription and do not opt for the classic or the regular type of their subscription, because you might run into a few problems like I did. When starting trading, I came in with a 5.00 lot size. I can't remember exactly. I think it was a sell. I can't remember the pair. Actually, everything went well. As I'm a scalper, I did manage to get some few profits. On that day, I closed on plus $500 profit on the 25k account. The next day, that's where things went a bit crazy. I kept on using my 5.00 lot size, and it kind of exploded in my face. How so? Whenever that position that you took goes the opposite direction, you stand a risk of violating your daily drawdown. Yes, you do use your stop loss and everything. You can calculate them, but then the metrics part actually kind of uh, confuses you. I was very confused on my second day because I didn't know that the 1250 applies for that day. I actually had to go through their rules. There's a video there on their rules. I had to go through that video 3 times for me to understand. Maybe it's because English is not my first language, but just be sure of the rules, people. Go through the rules before you sign up. Be sure if it's something you want to take. Overall, a very good experience, but just be sure of the rules. So I went through the 5.00 lot size, and the things went bad. I lost my previous day's profit. After losing that previous day's profit, I was breaking even. Now, one thing I never understood is the daily drawdown rule doesn't apply on the amount they give you. It applies on the equity you have. So if you've got, for instance, you've got 25k on the starting day, you lose $500. After losing $500, obviously you're gonna be down 24,500. You're still okay, you're still fine. But now you need to minus that $500 from the 1250. So whatever you get, the answer you're gonna get from that, that's your remaining drawdown. That's one thing you need to understand. That's one thing that's very important we need to understand. And if you actually make profit onto that amount, at least for the day, you're gonna have a bit of a buffer. Then you're in a good position. But this is taken from your equity. It's not from your balance. That's one mistake I did. I thought that this daily drawdown applies on the balance. No, it doesn't apply on the balance, as I'm going to show you on the metrics section. It applies on the equity side. After the third time of watching the video, that's when I understood everything. But now the problem is I was deep into the problem, because I had opened positions that had actually went over the 1250 daily drawdown, because now you're fighting to get back to the initial amount of 25k that was given to you. Naturally, that's my strategy. If I'm into drawdown, I want to fight back to get to the original level I was at. Then I can now pick up from there. Things kind of went south in that department, but nonetheless, I took a few positions on Bitcoin. Things got worse. I lost connection on my phone, and I couldn't quickly respond, and only to find out that I actually violated the maximum daily drawdown rule, which I don't have a problem with. If I had checked the rules, I think I would have done a much better position, because you come in with an idea that you actually need to create a buffer to be safe. Like with other prop firms, whenever you've done, maybe let's say you've gained about $1,000 into profit, you know you've got $1,000 buffer. But now with funding talent, if you gain $1,000 buffer profit for that day, that buffer is just for that day. The next day, uh, you're gonna work from that. Meaning, if you lose that $1,000 gained profit plus the extra 250, you're out. You just out, even though you've gained that money. So that's another issue we need to actually look into, especially when you trade with them. It would be nice if maybe there was a way of creating a buffer into your account, gaining a few profits that you know whenever you take a loss, you're not completely out. So as you can see on the metrics section here, my graph there, that things were not that good. I tried to fight back to the original 25k point, and that's when the violation happened. But we're not here to review my trading skill, I suppose, but it's just something that's very important to look into. So I'd advise that people, if you take especially the small size account, ensure that you use a very good risk. Ensure that your risk is very good. Manage your risk properly. Then I think you might make something out of funding talent. And today was supposed to be my talent bonus payout, but I will try again. It's not a problem. So I did write a few points here. Oh, and it's not all lost, eh? Because they actually do give you another opportunity to actually try again, but it's a discounted fee. Now you need to pay $100 to reset your account. But now you are only you actually need to choose which side are you resetting. Are you resetting the drawdown, maximum drawdown, or are you resetting the maximum daily drawdown? That's where the catch is. And whenever you look at this on their metrics section, it comes in only as a recording of that day, meaning it only records the maximum amount for that day. For example, my lowest drawdown on this account has been 1,815 8 and 80 cents. So that's my maximum drawdown that's been recorded for the overall account. So that's where things kind of get tricky, because you might be gaining profit, but these figures are always gonna remain here. So, but they did mention that this is still in their beta program. So traders need not to fully rely onto this, because that's where we're gonna experience problem if we do. But I'd like them to actually update this very quickly so that it updates in real time, number one. Secondly, it's accurate, because this thing of it updating every 4 hours, it's kind of confusing. Now you need to do calculations to ensure that you're not violating the rule. Because on the first day, I was very confused. Uh, I had floating losses, and I actually thought I'd violated while I didn't violate. Now when you go full out, you then violate. It's a problem, but it's not a big issue on my side. It's just that I'd like people to be aware of how do they work, and it's actually a good thing to actually come out and share an experience in terms of what happened before you batter, or you actually talk bad of the firm. They are very good. Trust me, guys. I'd actually recommend people to go to them. I'd recommend people to sign up, especially if you know you're a very good trader and you don't have the funds. Funding talent is the best way, because you're going to be earning your talent bonus every 2 weeks, and they're actually going to be setting up a real account for you that you could be able to access in 3 months. So for someone who doesn't have funds, it's actually a very good thing. There's no challenge, there's no silly waiting periods. It's actually a straightforward thing, but just be sure you read the rules. Just be sure you go through the rules. Then I think your life would be easy. But I really like them, guys. I totally recommend them, and I hope a lot of people from South Africa could sign on to this. A lot of traders from South Africa could sign on to this, especially given this year. Not a lot of us were able to work. To work. Not a lot of us were able to make money with our day jobs. So this, if you've got a few, couple of rands saved, which is just above 2 grand, go for them. Go for them. $155. Take a chance with them, but ensure your risk management is proper. And the owner, on my other experience with checking other YouTube videos, the owner is very prompt to respond to questions. Oh, and another thing, their Facebook site is they also respond swiftly. So whatever problem you're gonna have, rest assured that problem is gonna be attended to. I think that's my two seconds take on funding talent. I'm gonna come back with another video as soon as I pay for my resetting, um, for the resetting of the account, and I'd actually give you some experience. If I don't sound clear, guys, I'm gonna use my first talent bonus. When I receive my first talent bonus, I'm gonna buy proper camera gear. Then we take it from there. Otherwise, happy trading.